Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Dan Blanchard with the Travel in Time Show right here in Groton, Connecticut at the Submarine Museum. Now this is a fascinating place, and Connecticut has a long history with submarines and with Navy here. Way back during the Revolutionary War, we had a guide named David Bushnell who was like a Connecticut inventor. He actually created this little submarine in the Revolutionary War and sailed it underwater and tried to plant an explosive on a British warship. He almost succeeded. Almost seems like he should have succeeded. Was so close to succeeding, but it just didn't work out. But I gotta tell you, that really got the ball rolling on Navy warfare underwater, okay? A bunch of years later, right here in Groton, Connecticut, look, it's, actually a little bit after the Civil War, over here in Groton, Connecticut, where we got some land. We had like maybe 2 brick buildings and a pier built. And that's when this area, there was what was called a Navy yard. Now the Navy yard was basically a yard for like parking Navy boats that weren't being used. That went on for a little bit in Connecticut. I guess it ran its course, and then they said, we don't really need this anymore. Let's shut it down. And they were like, no, don't shut it down, don't shut it down. Let's make it a coaling station, like a fueling station with coal for boats. So New England, particularly New England boats mostly, would come through this area and they would stop in Connecticut, right? And they would fuel up with coal. Now eventually, maybe around 1912 or so, coal is losing the battle against oil. So they're like, all right, well, we don't really need coal anymore. We pretty much use oil now. Let's just close down the Connecticut Navy base here. And they were like, no. There was a congressman that came forward and said, no. The community came forward and said, no, we don't want to do that. And they really started like a grassroots movement, took some real leadership, but they got basically what was the first submarine base in the United States, okayed and built and running it right here in Connecticut, Groton, Connecticut, right? And it became like the premier submarine base in the East Coast, basically in the United States. To make this happen, not only did the community have to be involved, but the business community had to be involved. And that's where the, General Dynamics electric boat came aboard, creating its own little shipyard. And they did a great job, mass production, industrialization, all that stuff. Eventually, this area, they're going to create what you're seeing right over my shoulder right there, the U.S. Nautilus submarine. It's the world's first nuclear submarine, right here, 1954. And it changed submarine warfare forever. That thing can go into water for like a long time, go into water for like a year without refueling, right? Can hide at the bottom of the ocean pretty much almost anywhere in the world. It's undetectable, and it's pretty much the military's most fierce and dangerous weapon is the nuclear submarine. I mean, these are the big bad boys of the military, right? Down the road at the Navy base, we get the Virginia-class submarines, which are the top-notch military submarines of the modern day Navy. All right, we got this guy, John P. Holland. He's like the father of the modern-day nuclear submarine warfare program. Right here in Connecticut, we're called, basically this place is called home of the submarine force, right? It's the best submarine place pretty much in the United States, maybe the world, all right? And not only that, but we also have a thing that's called the Submarine School here in Groton, where you got some great submarine Navy leadership going on. The officers of the Navy from all over come right here to Groton, Connecticut to get trained in leadership. So now that I'm saying all this stuff, basically what is the leadership lessons? Well, I mean, right here, you get the best leadership, probably some of the best leadership in the world going on. Now, I'm a double veteran of the Army and Air Force. I haven't been in the Navy. My brother was in the Navy. He was a submariner. And I can tell you, the military has some of the best leadership training you will find anywhere. And right here, we have the submarine school in Groton. So right under our noses, right here in Connecticut, we have some of the best leadership training taking place in the world right here. Okay, what else? The community showed leadership when this place was almost closed twice. The local politicians showed like a lot of leadership when this place was almost closed twice, right? To get this place open, find new uses for it, and provide jobs. I mean, they provided tens of thousands of jobs in this area, and they've made this area a powerhouse, and this Navy base in the area a powerhouse. And this museum that you see behind me here with these really old, cool-looking subways. I mean, this is, commemorates that, honors that huge tradition that Connecticut has in submarines. I mean, we pretty much set the bar for what we have for the Navy and for submarines right here in Groton, Connecticut. So if you have not traveled down here and checked out this area of Connecticut and seen the USS Nautilus over my shoulder there, I say do it. Definitely travel down here. All right. So listen, appreciate you being here, checking me out, and checking out the Connecticut submarines here in the Travel in Time show. Make sure you subscribe, like, do all that stuff you're supposed to do. I mean, this is the place where we mix some travel with some history, with some leadership lessons. And I'm going to be back real soon, my next episode. Just realized I've done 10 episodes in Connecticut on this Travel in Time show. I think my next episode, I might try to go outside of Connecticut. Not 100% sure yet where that's going to be, in a neighboring state somewhere, but I think it's going to be a really good one. So make sure you tune in to the next episode, wherever it takes you with the Travel in Time. Take care, and I'll see you soon.